It really is. Like I'm loving it. This is the second week. We've got 6 to go. 6 left. We have 6 of these left, and already it is far more unpredictable. You know, your Season 1 champion in Sonic Fox, although he's back this week, bear in mind, he could easily win this week, who knows? But he didn't make it past the first stage of the top 8 last week. He lost to Round Cowboy, a teammate of his. And then here we are having Foxy, once again, losing to a teammate of his, you know. You guys at home, if you want to get involved, go to esl.gg/MKX Pro League to find out how you as well can get involved in these weekly online tournaments where you can play for cash prizes and points to hopefully qualify for the Season 2 finals. For $100,000. That's how close these guys are getting. This is the second week. You know, Foxy Grandpa will probably still remain the #1 seed because he's got a first place placing and now a 4th place. However, you know, Madzin is now going to be right up there behind him. If Madzin wins this week, if Xarakamaka wins this week, Xarakamaka will have the most points of the European side. But if UndeadJim wins this week, he goes straight in with 100 points and he's right up there as well. Anyone can take this. We said this right before the semi-finals began. Anyone can take this. And that's it. You know, that is the situation. UndeadJim, Heavy Weapons Jax, I think, versus Xarakamaka, who is ranked 81. I didn't even know it was possible to reach that level. Well, it's the highest I've seen, most likely. It looks like it's Heavy Weapons Jax. You can see the machine gun behind him. MK3 Jax as well. Flame Fist, though. We have seen Xarakamaka go for Flame Fist against Salty, actually in the first week. So Flame Fist might just be a variation he's comfortable with against Jax. And unfortunately, UndeadJim didn't actually have the stamina for that run cancel, so unfortunately got punished by Xarakamaka quite cleanly. Yeah, just going for this, just Flame Fist. Obviously, it's always the low fireball as well. Definitely seems to be one that gives them the problems, and that will be a clean round 1 to Xarakamaka. It looks like the low fireball, when they're buffed with the Flame Fist buff, seems to cause Jack some serious issues. The other thing that, unfortunately, he dropped it there, but if you're quick enough, you can cancel straight into your... Oh, and unfortunately, that is the armor-breaking property. The armor-breaking properties of Liu Kang, that back 1. Although UndeadJim made the correct read with the... he unfortunately got armor broke, so... Oh, catches it, but doesn't get the run cancel first. Unfortunately, UndeadJim leaving a lot of damage on the table and taking a lot of chip damage in return. He got the good bait, but unfortunately got hit by the low fireball. Liu Kang can actually go for an overhead back punch, I think, unless it's a mid. I like the anti-air bait with jumping off the environment interaction. Really smart. Rocket launcher in the face, and here comes UndeadJim. Spends the bar for the mid-screen combo. Here we go. Oh, drops the end. Drops the end. He's still alive. He hasn't got the Flame Fist buff, and good read, good patience, but almost a little bit too much patience right at the end. Unfortunately there, UndeadJim literally dropping the very end of that combo, but we're still in a good situation. Although Xarakamaka went for the windmill punches, he didn't actually have the Flame Fist buff, so UndeadJim knew that. He also saw the last game against I would have thought a parry was coming as well in that situation. You thought, well, I'm just going to wait for a parry, whiff punish it, and I'll win the round that way. That's one of the things you can do. If you know they're going to press the button, you can, because obviously you can special cancel. The term that says 2-in-1 cancel, you can basically just do a special move after it finishes to immediately go into it. So you can special cancel the windmill punches into low fireball, back punch, or parry. So you do a special move straight into a special move. It's almost a game of rock, paper, scissors, where UndeadJim, I think he thought the parry was coming, because if Xarakamaka thinks he's going to press a button after that, you eat it up with the parry, and that's it. But the parry's whiff punishable. He goes for a hit. If UndeadJim was to attack straight away, he'd have beat the hit. And you know, it's all a read at the end of the day. It's all, you know, what you predict the other guy's going to do. And unfortunately, UndeadJim made the wrong read. Well, reads are reads at the end of the day, but it's going to be 1-0. Straight up rematch, though. UndeadJim opting to stay with it, and he gets a good first hit. Nice low sweep there. Oh, nice interrupt from Xarakamaka. The thing about the cancels in heavy weapons, actually, almost, I don't think any of them are really plus on block. They're not. It seems plus because... The reason it seems really plus is because Jax has really fast strings. He has really fast standing strings. So when you do these things on block and then you go straight to a fast string, it seems like they're plus, but they're not. You wait for the cancel and then go in for pressure. But Xarakamaka knows that, so he waits for UndeadJim to press a button or do a run cancel, and he answers back with a string. And like that, completely commanded that first round. But unfortunately, Jim is cornered as well. I mean, they've both got a nice amount of bar to work with, but at the same time, it's this mid to long range game that Xarakamaka is playing for. Yeah, point blank, he's just going for the windmill punches just to get the space. Oh, well, there's throw, but must be an imperator to use the bar on that restanded throw. Oh, and he gets it again. There we go, nice conversion. He spent the bar. You can actually have to spend the bar. 2 bars. That would have been a good call. I completely agree with spending the bar. UndeadJim, unfortunately, though, yeah, there's Xarakamaka all over him. Doesn't get the windmill punches, but doesn't need it. He's going to take game 2. Oh, wow. Just like that. He's going to jump over. Really good stuff. I really think we're going to see UndeadJim go for a character change. Because the thing is, Xarakamaka, we actually know that one of his training partners, I think he's called Good Dragon. I'm sorry if I've got the your name wrong, but I'm fairly certain Good Dragon actually plays Jax. And we've seen every single time Xarakamaka has gone Flame Fist against every Jax we've seen him against. He must be familiar with the matchup, and he must favor Flame Fist, mainly probably because of his big hitbox for the corner conversions, but mainly those fireballs. It's a really hard time getting in on those fireballs as Jax, I think.
The problem is, UndeadJim he's in quite a difficult situation now, because he's 2 games down. He has to win 3 in a row now if he's going to move on to Grand Finals. He's gone for Bone Shaper Shinnok, which is good. You know, I respect this choice. It's definitely good against Liu Kang. You know, I personally really enjoy that matchup.
Yeah.
However, if in this situation Flame Fist doesn't work and Xarakamaka loses, he has the freedom to go to Dragon's Fire, which Shinnok has a much harder time dealing with, in my opinion.
It's also
Dragon's Fire has the Flame Fist has the projectiles, yeah, sure, but the pressure from Dragon's Fire, I think, does really help in this matchup. So if
let's not forget,
he has the option to switch.
We are already seeing low fireballs going underneath the Dark Beam, so that main zoning tool that Shinnok has access to doesn't really work against Liu Kang because of the low fireball.
But he still has the Hell Sparks. It's just Hell Sparks.
Oh no, I think that was a mistake.
Liu Kang can punish Hell Sparks on block when they're not meter burned very effectively, because just forward run to forward is a really good way to just deal with them.
I do love this knowledge of both variations though, because we see Xarakamaka's actual block pressure comes differently. He cancels basically everything on block that isn't a windmill punch into like a back fist. He's looking for moves that he can go into things on block with, rather than in Dragon's Fire where he does every single little thing into run cancelling.
Oh wow! There's the parry, but good patience from Jim, and that will take the first round. No, but opts to break just to keep it.
Oh no! He bet it all on that low fireball. He bet it all on that low fireball.
UndeadJim just broke, so didn't have access to any stamina. So if he was going to move forwards to contest that, the jump was the only option, and he knew that, and Xarakamaka unfortunately will pay for it.
But I like that. I love the idea that UndeadJim is sitting at just around jump distance, because he knows that if Xarakamaka goes for a low fireball right there, he can go in for the punish. And that's a lot of chip. That's going to be the strength of the Flame Fist. Oh, nice.
Down one after. I mean, Liu Kang's fast pokes will chew that up if he hits it, but unfortunately he misses it too late, but resets it into a nice 12% damage.
That could be quite a tricky one to land, that string, because you've got to catch him more higher up than you think you need to.
Oh, I'm not quite sure why Xarakamaka opted to go in though. He was definitely winning the far range game with the low fireballs.
Unfortunately now, he's not really going to be able to play that game, but he has got all the meter to work with. Oh no. And he absolutely was specks away from breaking. Did you see he tried to break that final hit of the string, but his stamina meter flashed red because he had like a pixel left of stamina recharging. Well, really unfortunate.
I'm not quite sure what to make of this, because I think Dragon's Fire is definitely a better matchup variation for the matchup, but Flame Fist does have the low profiling, 10% damage.
It kind of feels like Xarakamaka just stopped doing what was effective. Like he was absolutely commanding the full screen game with low fireballs only. Only low fireballs. He just stopped doing it. But as we can say it, the freedom of being up 2 games means that you can change variation. So UndeadJim has to stay his Bone Shaper, but Xarakamaka has changed to Dragon's Fire, which is a matchup that we just went over it. Like, you know, he has a harder time dealing with the pressure, I suppose.
Not to mention the safe way in with the straight kick on block.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Jim might have to try and command a little bit with maybe a bit more Hell Sparks. They are unsafe on block though if you don't meter burn them. So I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Liu Kang, who can punish them very, very cleanly. But meter burns the Hell Sparks for 7 frame. Really brave start. Uses both bars just to get this, but a clean 30% damage into a restand throw. Dark Beam, and he gets the grab. Obviously, if he armored, that would have been interruptible. They did nerf the Dark Beam. It's no longer plus on hit anymore. Oh, but Xarakamaka misses his first cancel.
Interesting, and he's now going to try and zone him. I don't think UndeadJim's going to be
he can still low profile with this. He just doesn't do as much damage as did in Dragon's Fire. And Flame Fist, sorry.
Oh, but there's that way in that Dragon's Fire gets. Here comes the cancels. Here comes Xarakamaka. Oh, wow, I love that patience from UndeadJim. Here we go, and he gets it again. Xarakamaka, here's the thing. Going for those ground pounds means Xarakamaka's going to have to start trying to wake up attack or jump. But if you jump, you eat Hell Sparks. I love this play from UndeadJim. Oh, and there's the scoop.
There's the read.
I definitely feel like this adjustment has helped him massively. We just said that the reason he likes playing Bone Shaper is because he really has elements of Green Lantern from Injustice. UndeadJim loved playing Green Lantern from Injustice.
Oh wow, gets a jumper, but no confirm onto the string. I mean, it wouldn't have been too much damage because he had no bar to confirm into big damage, but still would have got the something on the screen into full screen space.
UndeadJim needs to pretty much stay a little bit collected. Xarakamaka being really impatient right now, and he jumps into Hell Sparks. He's going to go for an uppercut. Wow! The repositioning on the uppercut, so he couldn't break. So smart.
Actually, Xarakamaka didn't have any stamina. That's why he couldn't break at the end there. But a clean 2-game comeback means Xarakamaka playing very impatient now.
That was a mixture, though. I know he didn't actually have the stamina to break, but I just respect that run under anyway. That was smart. That was so
really,
smart.
Really intelligent, because he knew that the uppercut will take it.
at the very least, this will just guarantee it. Because even though, you know, he might get stamina back, he might not. Won't matter if he doesn't reposition his breaker. But a swift 2 games from UndeadJim.
I really agree with this character change. It's definitely been helping him out. But the question is, does he go back to Flame Fist and then play the counter zoning game? I really think that he did better playing Flame Fist and just doing the full screen game.
Well, matchup or not, Flame Fist definitely seemed to have him more comfortable, I think. I mean, especially just with the flat-out damage he was doing and the chip damage you'll guarantee. Because at the same time, it was mainly the Xarakamaka trying to get in that was losing him so much health in that game.
Yeah,
whereas
it was a little bit
doesn't have to come in as much.
That's what I was saying. Like he was actually commanding the full screen game, and when you command the full screen game, you make the opponent have to come in. If you're doing that to Shinnok, that's the thing. Xarakamaka, at the start of round 1 of that Flame Fist round, did exactly to UndeadJim what UndeadJim did to him the next 2 games. Like, forcing him to come in and harassing him. Xarakamaka is going to go for Dragon's Fire, so I think he still wants to try and thrive on the pressure. The only reversal option of the shoulder and the low scoop, if you're trying to get out of pressure, it's not going to work because Liu Kang will armor break
But even then, Xarakamaka managed to get his dash cancels off, like, I think once in that last game.
He just couldn't get in. He couldn't get in. But it's surprising that he couldn't get in because of the low fireball. You know, it's interesting. We'll have to see what happens. This is the final game. The winner of this will go into Grand Finals to fight PND Madsen.
As that down one into Hellsparks can confirm from it.
That down one Hellsparks is putting in a lot of work from UndeadJim. It's very unfortunate, that he missed the ending, but the trade, that's one of the changes that I think is highly underrated. The fact that there's more pushback on hit to the Dark Beam, but as a zoning tool.
Staggers the standing one, gets a full reset.
Oh no, drops the combo. Very unfortunate. Does it ever so slightly too early. The meter burn,
Hellsparks on wake up. No, that was a standard Hellsparks on wake up.
We're seeing a lot of combo drops. And UndeadJim, that's the power of Shinnok when he's got a bar. Just because he can meter burn Hellsparks doesn't mean he's going to. He might spend the meter. Oh wow.
Oh, that's not a good trade for Jim. There's a trip guard attempt again. Gets the block. Oh, catch some hitting buttons. There's a backdash. Doesn't quite get him out, but will take some damage still.
Oh my days. That might take it. He's going to be able to break. There's that repositioning again, but now he opts to go in. Interesting decision.
May have just read a low fireball attempt maybe, but match point to Xarakamaka.
That definitely was a low fireball attempt, I think. He must have thought he was going for a low fireball, but Xarakamaka wise to it. That's the adjustment that these players can make. He ducked, he waited for it, he knew he would jump.
This is a trade Xarakamaka has to really watch because that's 8% damage every time.
Well, I was just saying before the play happened, but the Dark Beam having more pushback on hit was seen to be a massive nerf. But you can see he's trading with the Dark Beam and the opponent is moving back. These trades are putting the opponent further and further away from Shinnok, giving him the zoning battle.
That's that jump in again. Oh, there's the back fist. Give him the full screen again. Oh, there's a trip guard attempt. Good block in time to keep himself safe. Oh, no punish on the Hellsparks.
But he's got 2 bars. You never know if he's going to be able to meter burn it or not.
Or Mila's dash cancel. Jim uses both bars on the break. Xarakamaka has a bar left. If he gets in, this could be a problem.
Here's that trade again. UndeadJim has to be careful. Lovely reactions on the scoop. Has to break. That would have taken the round.
He literally only just built the meter for the scoop. Oh, it's their fireball to avoid the projectile. Really smart.
Such a good fireball there just to dodge the projectile. He cannot take a single more Dark Beam. And he gets the running grab. Wow. Match point both players. Here we go.
No bar at all either. This is just a through and through. The other guys got out.
No bar. No bar. Is probably better for Dragon's Fire, I think, up close. But better for Bone Shaper from full screen.
Oh, there's the full jump over, but no damage to reconfirm. It still gets 18%. Now has the life lead.
Xarakamaka can pull this back, but he has to be careful about those Hellsparks. UndeadJim has no bar. If he can read those Hellsparks, he might be able to punish.
To be patient. He is just running in way too much in this match.
Oh my days, he got hit by it, so he's not going to get the plus frames, and he does get a really smart delay wake up. This pressure has to be everything, drops it. Really good backdash there from Xarakamaka. Oh my days, here we go.
No meter to confirm. This is going to have to be a full pressure comeback with no bar. Xarakamaka's going to have to watch it. One more special move will build the bar. No, corner pressing buns.
Meter burn restand, that's going to be pressure. That's more pressure. Xarakamaka charges the fireball. One more hit's going to take him out. Wow. Xarakamaka moves on into Grand Finals. That meter burn grab was so smart, but guaranteed.
UndeadJim had the bar. He could have meter burn scoop on prediction, but he read it. He thought, I'm just going to block this because he's eventually going to stop. I'm going to get a hit. Because that's one thing that UndeadJim was doing that was really smart. He was letting himself get hit by the last hit of 2-1-3 to get out of the pressure. But in that situation where you've got such little health, we saw like Xarakamaka knew he was going to do that, so he held the fireball as long as possible, thinking, I don't need to hit you with this. I would rather you get hit,